A good day to you. Welcome along today's United Kingdom talk. I've got a bit of a cold. It's okay. It's not life-threatening, nothing like that. But I have got a little bit of a cold. Okay, I feel a little bit, like that since last night, actually. It's probably, I went out last night to record the Christmas closing film. For those of you that watch the show on YouTube, of course, we started with our Christmas decorations on the last show. I am sitting between two trees. Actually, it's a bit of a job. It's a bit of a job getting down to sit on my lovely settee in between these two massive trees here in the Britannia studio. It really is. But last night, I went out to London and... bit of a cold. Went out to London last night. To record Christmas lights, which all look very nice, and you will see that little film at the end of the show today and for the whole of the Christmas period and just after, up to the 12 days of Christmas and all that business, all right? So a little film after. Also, within this show, you'll see little snippets of the film that I took last night of all the various Christmas lights and that in London. Now, of course, if you're listening, you will just have to close your eyes and imagine. Close your eyes, la-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. What's that song? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I can't think what that song is. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, what's that song? Anyone know? There's an email address to the show, Chris, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, if you're listening and you would like to see the Christmas lights, then you'll have to get near a computer and log on, and all you've got to do is simply go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and you'll find the show there, okay? unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. This particular show will be dated on the podcast side of things as... Oh, he thinks very carefully. Thursday, the 17th of December, 2009. Thursday, the 17th of December, 2009. And then you'll see all the little Christmas bits and pieces sort of alternated with little pictures of me sitting here right the way through the show, okay? Very, very nice Christmas lights in London. I got up to London about 10 o'clock last night and went around with my video camera. First of all, I parked with no problem at all, actually, parked in Piccadilly. Now, you've got to be very, very careful where you park in London during the daytime and the night time as well. If I'd have gone in the wrong place, I probably would have been towed away or had a clamp or a ticket slapped on my windscreen. You can actually park on the main Piccadilly Road, the road coming from, let's think, Knightsbridge, going up to Piccadilly. You can actually park on the left there on a single yellow line. Never park anywhere at night unless it's a single yellow line because you're taking a bit of a risk, okay? And I gather that different councils have different laws for their various line markings on the road. I don't know if that's true or not, but you're okay, I think, up to as far as the Ritz Hotel. If you see the Ritz Hotel, all right, I wouldn't park after that. But before that, you'll see a single yellow line, so you can park on there. So I parked there, got out the car, got my camera and my tripod. Oh, yes, it's all very professional, dear. My tripod out of the car and started walking up. Where was it first? I went up Old Bond Street first. And there where the lights were started, it was kind of like a ribbon. Beautiful. It was like a ribbon trailing across the road with like a bow. Okay, that's it. Like a ribbon bow in the middle, and each side were like two long ribbons, but they were all made out in little fairy lights. Ever so pretty. Really nice. So I walked from Old Bond Street right along there, took a few videos of some of the shop windows as well there. Security man walking up and down wondered what I was doing. I mean, it's obvious, dear. Does it look like a blooming gun on a tripod? No, it doesn't. It looks like a video camera, dear. Use your noddle. Okay? It was a video camera. They said, oh, what are you doing, mate? It is stupid. You know, when you're standing there with a camera and he's, what are you doing, mate? Hello? What am I doing? Hello. What am I doing? I'm eating pigeons. That's what I'm doing. Eating pigeons. Okay, mate. Off he went. That was that. And then, I got a bit caught short. Suddenly I was bursting to go to the toilet. And there were no toilets anywhere. I had to go down a dark alley and do it up against the wall. I'm sorry, I did. There was nothing I could do. I was bursting. I was a man in distress. Man in distress. It's okay, no one saw me. I always have a good look around, you know, if you have to go toilet while you're outside, check that there's any cameras, because you get perverts watching you, you know. You do? Perverts are watching, be careful. Walked up Old Bond Street. It's a bit of a walk, actually, as far as Oxford Street, and there are the main lights, and they're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic along Oxford Street. Little umbrellas and like Christmas presents, all made out in lights, hanging between the shops over the main road. I mean, really very good. And I think some of the lights must have been, what's the word, promoted, advertised? Oh, what's the word? Sponsored by, I think, the film The Christmas Carol. Because there was quite a few of these great big signs saying A Christmas Carol and little pictures. And, of course, the film's on at the moment, isn't it? The Christmas Carol film in 3D. So I wonder if they sponsored that. I don't know. A lot of people around, actually. I mean, by now it was about 11 o'clock and an awful lot of people walking around London looking at the lights. Debenhams, I think, won the shop with the nicest lot of lights outside. They were all different. What colour were they? I think they were gold or red. Oh, I can't remember now. But some of the shops had really done a very good display. Very disappointingly, Simpsons, which used to be in Piccadilly, I couldn't see it anywhere. I think it must have gone now. But they always had a marvellous display of lights outside their place. Simpsons in Piccadilly, but I couldn't see that at all, so I think that shop must have gone at some point. So carried on walking along there, done a little bit of filming, then I went down to Regent Street, or Regent Street rather, where Hamley's is. Hamley's is a very well-known toy store, and I did a few little bits of filming on the shop windows in Hamley's. They always do a wonderful little display, usually of models moving backwards and forwards, and there was a sleigh moving backwards and forwards, and the models were, I think they were teddy bears, if I remember rightly. Just, you know, moving slowly like that, left to right and turning their heads. There was a couple of little birds at the top there, moving their heads and twittering away. They were twittering, boys and girls. They were twittering. Carried on walking down Regent Street, and then a man on a bike. What are they called? I think tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks? Tuk-tuks? Oh, you know the things. A man on bike, who you can get on the bike. Well, it's not just a bike. It's like a bike with a bit on the back that passengers can sit on. And what are they called now? I don't know. Can't remember what they're called. Anyway, so you can sit on the back of this bike. He came up to me and says, oh, if you're filming, I can take you around London in a foreign accent. You know. I said, I think I know better than you do, mate. And he laughed and he drove off. So off he went. Carried on doing a bit of filming down there. And then I went through Piccadilly. Back through Piccadilly. Oh, no, Carnaby Street. Interesting decorations there. They've got, like, large things that are blown up, like a heart shape. And I think there was a rainbow thing and with messages. One says love and one says hope. And they're like hanging up again between the shops along Carnaby Street. Wonderful shops down there. I must say, I was looking in the shop windows up there. If you come to London, go to Carnaby Street and Regent Street and have a look at the shops around there. Oh, it's really good. Really good. Came out of there, back to Regent Street. Walked through Piccadilly, took some pictures of the Piccadilly circus lights, you know, the Coca-Cola and McDonald's and all that were up there. Walked a bit further down to Trafalgar Square, where the pinnacle of my night out was. There it was, the Trafalgar Square Christmas tree, which arrived a few days ago from Norway. Our friends in Norway sent that, which is marvellous. They send us that every year because we helped them in the war years and years ago, and it's very nice. So, and that was it, really. A very nice day was had, actually, which is unlike the experience I had in the morning. Now, I have got some more news from Norway coming up towards the... Sorry. Oh dear, I've got a bit of a cold. Some more news from Norway coming up towards the end of the show. Now, as I say, unlike my experience in the morning, now I had to go to London yesterday morning, or very early in the afternoon, so I went to the train station, North London I had to go to, and I said, I couldn't remember the name of the station that I wanted. So I said to this bloke in the ticket booth at the train station, so can I have a return to Hampstead, please? He said, yeah, OK, mate, £16 something. And I thought, hang on a minute, that don't sound right. £16.40, I think it was. And out came the tickets. I says, oh, are you sure that's right? I don't think I've paid that before. No, that's what it is, mate, £16.40, please. Oh, I said, so I got these tickets. And I said, change at Richmond, isn't it? And he said, no, mate, Waterloo. I said, Waterloo? I said, I'm sure I changed at Richmond before for Hampstead. Are you sure that's right? Yeah, mate, change at Waterloo. And I thought to myself, it doesn't sound right at all. And I said, are there any more stations? Are there any more stations in Hampstead? Or is that the only one? No, that's the only one, mate. It's the only one you want. Oh, right, OK. So I walked off. And then I rang my friend Richard in Hertfordshire. Now, Richard in Hertfordshire is the Richard who was first in Birmingham and is now and then went to London and now is in Hertfordshire. He's moving around weekly and it's very, very difficult to keep track of people sometimes. Will you stop moving around? You're not a gypsy, dear. Put your roots down. Anyway, so I rang him. I said, what's the station that I usually go to in Hampstead? He said, oh, Hampstead Heath. I said, I knew it was something else. Now, at this point, I could hear an announcement on the train platform telling people that the train was about to come. And I thought, oh, I'm going to miss this now, aren't I? Went back to the ticket booth. I said, I'm sorry, mate. I said, it's Hampstead Heath I want. I do beg your pardon. So there is another station in Hampstead. And he says, oh, is that... all the pictures gone off behind me, just a minute. And he said to me, well, that's what you said, mate. I said, well, I know. I said, I did ask you if there was anywhere in Hampstead. I said, this is the wrong ticket. I would like Hampstead Heath, please. Well, the train's coming now. I said, yeah, I know it's coming now. But I said, I think you'll find that the Hampstead Heath ticket is slightly cheaper than that. So with that, he took the tickets back off me, and I watched him. He was slow, right? Start stapling bits of paper together on the ticket. You know, he really didn't want to do it. But on the other hand, I asked him, are there any other tickets? Are there any other stations in Hampstead? And he said no. And I just found out from my friend, it's Hampstead Heath. Hello, Hampstead Heath. Sounds very similar to me. He blooming well knew what I was talking about, didn't he? Now, I'll tell you where this is, and you can find out the time and date he was there. I got my ticket at 11:20 on a Tuesday morning on the, what was it now? On the, remember, I record a week in advance. So this would have been Tuesday the 8th of December. Oh, hang on a minute. What have I done? Did I just give you... I gave you a wrong date at the beginning of the show, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... This show is dated Thursday the 17th of December, isn't it? I'm sorry. Sorry, let me just go back to those of you listening might want to look at the Christmas decorations. You want the show dated Thursday the 17th of December 2009. Sorry, I've just realised I just corrected myself. Correction. Oh, we're all up in the air because I'm so annoyed at this bloke. Anyway, so it would have been the 8th of December. About 11:20 in the morning, I went to Bracknell train station and I'm having trouble with this bloke who's selling the tickets. Okay, so we're there now. And he says to me, as I say, he was working slowly. I could tell he was working slowly. Now, the train has arrived. I heard the doors open. I thought, oh, come on now. So, no, he weren't having any of that, was he? Going as slow as he could. And then as the train doors, I heard it makes a noise. When the train doors were about to close. Well, as I heard that noise, the tickets suddenly appeared in front of me from the machine. So there's no way I could catch the train now. I thought, I'm not going to give you the benefit of watching me run, knowing full well that I'm going to miss the blooming train. So I'll just stand there, cool, calm and collected, right? So he chucked out the other 2 tickets and gave me about £2 back or something. But the point is, you know, it may only be £2. Why should they have it? He was particularly unhelpful, and I can't believe I was sitting here only on the last show or the one before telling you how much I enjoy travelling around by train, which I clearly do. I love it. Sitting on there, you know, I mean, it's not first-class comfort, but it's all right. You sit there, you can just take your mind off everything, wait till you get there, read a paper, go on the mobile phone, look out the window, whatever you want to do. No mucking about in cars. But that's the only time, in all the years I've used the train, it's the only time I've come across an unhelpful member of staff. Really very unhelpful. He damn well knew that I meant Hampstead Heath, didn't he? When I said to him, are there any other stations in Hampstead? He said, no. Well, yes, there is, dear. And there's also West Hampstead. It's another train station in Hampstead. Anyway, so that's it, really. So I got my tickets and I walked off and sat patiently on the platform. Unfortunately, I had to wait half an hour then because I'd missed that train. But there you go. I wasn't going to give him the benefit of seeing me run for the train, knowing full well that I would have missed it anyway. So, very, very disappointed. What are they? Southwest Trains. I wonder what his name was. I should have got his name, really, shouldn't I? Didn't have to be like that, did he? Right? As a customer, I like to think I'm a friendly sort of person. Hello, please can I have, and all that business. I mean, if you hear some of the customers, some of the way that these people talk to members of staff at whatever, whether it be British Rail or McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken, you die when you hear the way some of these people talk to members of staff at whatever organisation they are. I'm not like that. I'm very polite. Thank you, please, and all this. And he was just so unhelpful. Really didn't need that. Have you got any stories of unhelpful people at train stations? If so, I want to hear them, boys and girls. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, the live show that we are now doing on Monday is going quite well, I'm pleased to say. There is an extra live show now. Now, how do you listen and watch? Oh, yes. You can watch as well as listen live. So when I make mistakes, well, if I make mistakes now, they go out. I don't cut anything out of this. Okay? If I cough, I don't go back then and take that out. It's there forever. It's there forever, held in a digital vault somewhere in the world. Eh? But we now do a live show. You can Skype in. You can phone in. Well, I say phone in. Send me your phone number by email and I will ring you and speak to you on the phone. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful because it's instant reaction, isn't it? As I said on the last show, or a couple of shows ago, the trouble is, this being recorded a week ahead, you wait, if you send in an email, you do wait at least a week for your email to come up. With a live show, you can actually talk in person, and I love it. Actually speaking to someone. For someone real. Now, to listen live to the show, just go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Top left-hand corner, you'll see a little picture of me and it says listen live Mondays 6 p.m. Okay? Just click on there and you will be able to listen to the show live. All right? Ever so easy. It's not related to a radio station of any name. However, any radio stations that do play this show out may want to take the live show as well. If you want to do that, it's quite easy. Again, go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Top left-hand corner, it says Listen Live. Click on there, and you should be able to pick us up and play us. Now, half an hour before the show goes out, you will see a clock and some music, right, sort of from 5:30. So that's 6 o'clock UK time every Monday night. Go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Top left-hand corner, little picture of me in a grey T-shirt. Click Listen Live. Mondays, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. UK time. And give us a ring on the phone or give us a Skype or an email. All live, okay? Right, email time, boys and girls. First of all, over to Australia. And CW, who we hear from, once in a blue moon now, don't we? Where have you gone, CW? You do disappoint me. You used to be such a regular person. You have become irregular. Irregular. CW writes, I was sad to hear that on your upcoming trip to Australia, you are skipping Melbourne this time, mate. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I was actually hoping to go because you're not the only one there that I know. I have a few friends in Melbourne, but we can't fit it in this time. I was hoping to meet... I say we, me. I wish it was a we. I wish it was a we, but it's only a me. I'm afraid I'm all alone on that aeroplane. I mean, anything could happen to me, couldn't it? People could attack me while I'm on the airplane and do what they wanted to me. Oh, I do hope so. CW says, I was hoping to meet you for a nice cup of tea and a free Pizza Hut dinner. Well, if I'd known there was a chance of a free meal, CW, I would have been straight there. You should have told me before I booked the tickets, didn't it? Yes, he says, oh, you are rude. Not a penny out of your dusty old pocket, mate. Still glad to hear you are hitting our shores once again. Australia is very easy to fall in love with, and maybe we can claim you as a resident of our fine country someday. Oh, I'd like that. Oh, I do like it there. It's a wonderful place, Australia. You were talking about Norfolk Island, which is a very beautiful place indeed. I thought about going there someday myself, but I hear it's the most boring place to be, other than enjoying the land and the fresh air. But I suppose, after fighting the maddening crowds of London area and such, it might be quite a welcome for you. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's when I go on holiday, I do like to have a little do-nothing period. And this Norfolk Island business is exactly that. That's my do-nothing bit, with nice weather. And the other thing is, CW, my cousin, he's quite high up in the police force in Australia. He's got some sort of job on Norfolk Island. I'm not sure what it is. Not even sure I can tell you what it is, actually. It might be all a secret thing, but that's so that he's moved there and he's doing this big job. And that's the real reason for me visiting Norfolk Island, to go and visit my cousin. CW says, I hope on your next visit after this one, you might give the Melbourne area another chance, but travel out a bit of the city and enjoy the fine country life and most interesting animals on this planet, in my opinion. Yes, I think so. I'm sure this won't be the last time I go to Australia, so next time, Melbourne, here I come. As for your fine electric blankets you have bought of late, my wife would never let me purchase one, as she was afraid of a little wee at night or a small spill of water would be like sitting in an electric chair. Yeah, that did go through my mind, actually. But I think they do something... Oh, my voice is going now, isn't it? They do something to the electric blanket, I'm sure, so that if you do have a little accident in bed... As we're all prone to doing now and again, aren't we? Dear me, sorry. If you have a little accident in your bed, I'm sure you won't be electrocuted. I believe there are safety measures in effect where this is highly unlikely, but I still find it funny how worried some people can be over nothing. He says, yes, I'm even the type that swims after eating. I am quite the daredevil. We'll keep away from those blue bottle fish or whatever they are. What are those jellyfish, blue bottle things that you've got in Australia? Hope all is well in your mate. Cheers from Chris in Australia. Well, it is. Things are not too bad at all in my world. Unfortunately, that's not the same for everyone. And I mentioned at the beginning of the show, when we were talking about the tree that the Norwegians kindly send us every year, I had some more news from Norway, and here it is. Dear Chris and friends of United Kingdom Talk, the sun has yet to rise upon the day, and my wife has just taken a phone call from Wench, our dear friend in Norway, telling of the sad loss of Ovind, better known to you and dear friends of United Kingdom Talk as Leo in Norway. Do you remember Leo in Norway? Yes, he used to be a regular correspondent to the show, and he went a bit quiet a few months ago. Didn't hear from him again, and I did wonder what had happened to him. This is the thing with this programme. People just disappear. You're never sure whether they perhaps get bored watching or listening to the show, or indeed something worse. And in this case, I'm afraid Leo has passed away. I had such a short time of friendship, and perhaps all the more sweeter, for in this short time we had become very close friends, and I am saddened by the loss. Now, this show is all about sharing stories, bringing people into our lives, okay? Everyone that writes into the show is part of the show. It's one big thing, okay? Here's a lovely bit there that Robert in Iceland has written here. He says, Leo and I, a friendship brought together by this show, a show that has united people from around the world, that perhaps I dare say or suggest that its name should be changed to United Earth Talk. However, the world is poorer today, and yet heaven has another angel who, if my heart is correct, is already hard at work tending to the gardens that remain just out of reach to those of us that draw breath and yet offer hope, everlasting hope, to those that feel the loss. Now, Leo in Norway used to write, whenever I talked about my garden, he'd respond by sending in an email with little tips on that, because he was very fond of gardening, was our Leo. I've lost a friend, and yet I am better today because of that friendship. I mourn his loss today, as I do. And later on today, when I see the sunrise, I will know that life goes on. That's from Robert in Iceland. So I did say to you, we had a little bit of sad news, and that's it, I'm afraid. One of our... Well, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and often people have written in with usually parents that have died. Various people who are involved in the show, writing emails, have lost parents since the show began. What, is it 4 years ago now, or 5 years ago, I think. But this is the first, as far as I know, listener that we've lost, and I feel hurt myself. But life does go on, doesn't it? And it was a pleasure knowing Leo. Only by a few emails here and there. Didn't actually meet him. But how lovely to have known someone. And I hope Wench is okay out there. So thanks for letting us know, Robert. Sorry to leave you on that sad note. Thank you very much for listening and watching the show today. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye now.